When you're hunting Wyoming, there's no rules on where you'll find elk, and leave it to Extreme Pursuits' Mark Kayser to hit the ground and belly crawl all the way up on a ton of elk.
2 big herds, in fact, were down there in the prairie. No trees around. The only cover we had to work between 80, 90 head of elk was a long, winding willow bottom. Scott and Andy said, let's just head straight for them. Go right into the willows with them, and I was ready. We got right in their face, within 40, 50 yards of cows. The big bull was out in the flat. What a weenie. I mean, he would not come across the field. He was only 80, 90 yards away, but just too far for a shot. In the end, the whole group packed up, worked their way up the mountain, back into the timber, leaving us with the chore again, trying to find an elk that wanted to get right up close and personal with Mark Kayser. 50+ cows was coming up that canyon, and bringing up the rear was a bull that anyone would drop their jaw if they saw it. The problem with this bull was all his lady friends. He had to get past all those cows to get in to get a shot. Now, bringing up the rear of him, we spotted a satellite bull, a pretty good 6-point. With the light going down and the satellite bull fired up, we decided we better just give that big one a free pass for the afternoon and go after the sure thing. We set up, started calling. That 6-point came down, but apparently he'd been whooped by that bigger one, and he wasn't about to give himself up for a bow shot. It's a young bull, but not to worry, because there's elk everywhere. We got a few more days left, so it's a good way to end the day right there. The hunt was coming to an end, and I knew I had to take the gloves off. If I was gonna get a bull, things had to change, and I had to be bold. Luckily, Wyoming's wind came to the rescue. So we kept pushing on, hard charging, looking from spot to spot, trying to find any good bull to put the moves on. We got up on a high spot, and right off the bat, I spotted a bull, way off in the distance in dark timber, but he just bedded in a little sucker hole where I could see through. He was a good bull, and behind him was another good bull. So we figured there probably was a group of them in there. Taking our time, we worked right into that bull's bedroom. So I went ahead again up the hill. Scott and Angie both sat back this time because we were so close. In fact, we were within 40 yards of the bull at that point. I worked up to where I had a big tree to block my movement if I needed to draw, gave Scott the thumbs up, and he did his magic as he always does. Started sounding sexy with the cow calls. Seconds later, the bull stood up. I could see from where I was that something was going on, but I couldn't quite see that the bull was on his feet. I knew his horns were moving differently and things were actually going to happen. I raised up, did a little peeking, and then I could tell the bull was on his feet. And I thought I could make the shot, but there was a branch right above me and I could not raise up enough. So I had to make a bold move. And in times like that, you just gotta tell yourself, I can do it. I can move with that bull there. His head went behind the tree. I stood up, walked ahead several yards, drew back, and had a perfect broadside shot. Good. Angie and Scott are telling me the shot looked good. You think I'm keyed up? You think it's good? Huh? All right, buddy. What a great ending. How often do you get to just literally walk up on a bull like that and end your hunt? Careful, sometimes they fake you out and they're sleeping. Beautiful.
Oh,
look
nice job.
That is beautiful. That's why I like living in Wyoming. and having friends like Scott and Andy around.